visualize the words. So for that reason, I'd like to just write it down, and ich mache screen sharing. Ein kleinen Moment. Kleinen Moment. Yeah, that I have no control over technology. Das dauert eine Weile bei mir. So, ja, ist mein Screen jetzt sichtbar?
Mittlerweile.
Ja.
Ja, das kann ich. Also wir haben
Have
drei
you shared the screen?
Welche Optionen haben wir zunächst? Denn?
Ja, da.
Ja.
Und Site.
Da, sir. Da.
Und?
Ja, da ist die Antwort.
Da
I
ist
think so.
draußen so
Und
kalt.
die dritte?
Site.
Site, the.
Ja.
Ja, mit S.
S-E-I-T.
Ja, Site. Okay. Erstens, bevor wir den Satz uns ansehen, was bedeuten diese drei Konjunktionen, diese drei Konnektoren?
Ja. Den bedeutet because.
No, nicht den, bitte. Das ist den. Das hier ist den von der Aussprache her. Das ist ein Doppel-N, also das E, das Vokal wird kurz ausgesprochen. The vowel becomes short in the pronunciation, so you have to say then. Then, it's short vowel. A double consonant shortens the length of the vowel before it.
Okay.
Then, den.
Right.
You have to, yeah, there's a similar combination. If you allow me, bitte. Den.
Entschuldigung, Sir.
Ja,
Achal ist hineinkommen.
Achal ist gerade da. So, okay. Wo ist sie? Ich habe gesagt, admit. Yeah, okay. In the meantime, let's get back here. Wenn und wen, also das hier ist wen und das ist wenn. So, unsere Aussprache muss dann gut sein, damit wir diesen Unterschied klar hören können.
Sir, auf Hindi,
ja?
wenn kann va एक ही मात्रा न, या?
when मुश्किल हो जाएगा तुमको हिंदी में बताना।
नहीं, क्योंकि साउंड का सही पता करने के लिए अगर हिंदी में लिखें तो ज्यादा सही रहता है ना, ताकि रिलेट कर पाते हैं।
Correct, I agree, but कैसे लिखोगे? वेन
व एक ही मात्रा न,
दोनों will have, both of them will have the same मात्रा।
फिर वेन आपने जो कहा तो उसके ऊपर दो एक ही मात्रा लगा दूंगी।
नहीं, वो आई हो जाएगा। आ ई ई उ ओ उ ए आई नहीं होगा, नहीं होगा। So you'll have to pronounce one with vein, the other is when. Maybe use a आधा ना and a पूरा ना।
अच्छा, ठीक है सर।
There is no other way out.
Vielleicht gibt es eine Option.
Welche Option?
Sir,
A-I. A, I, E, U, A-I. A-I. O, ow. These are long and short vowels, so नहीं बैठेगा तुम्हारे साथ वो. A is short, so you can use that with the second one, but you'll still have to use a double n. Then v उसके ऊपर a की मात्रा और न together when. Whereas on the left hand side, vein, v, a की मात्रा, and then use vein with a single n. I don't have the option of Hindi typing here, so das kann ich euch dann nicht zeigen. If I show it to you here, Is it visible here? Can you?
No, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Vein, yeah, vein and when. Use the
Yeah.
double na twice. Alha na and then pura na. But just remember, easier would be when you have a double consonant, the vowel is shortened, and the length of a vowel increases if you have an H. If you have an H, it increases. Right? For example, room versus room.
Sir, rum.
One is room, the other is room. This room, second one, room, it means your drink, get drink, alcohol. Room is your fame that you have. Einen guten Ruhm haben, einen guten Ruf haben. Berühmt, remember that adjective, berühmt?
Yep.
The word berühmt comes from room. The noun is room, fame. So with that H, that U is long. Without that H, the U is short. Room und room. Yeah, so you don't have to tell me it's a double N, because the way you pronounce it, I should be able to make out immediately. That is, it is double N. Yeah, so then, Dane and then. So let's let go of these here. So we don't need this now. Drei Konnektoren haben wir, drei Konjunktionen haben wir. Denn und da haben vielleicht, haben also nicht vielleicht die gleiche Bedeutung. Let's take it as an option of while.
Sir,
So
da
then-
means there.
Hi, it doesn't.
Both. Beide.
It doesn't.
Da gibt es einen Mann.
Da es heute sehr sonnig ist, komme ich nicht nach dir.
Sir, bitte noch einmal.
Da es heute sehr sonnig ist, komme ich nicht zu dir.
There today
Why?
there is so sunny I cannot come.
As it is very sunny. Da is the same as while. I gave you this example once, if I remember, or is it to the other group?
Sir, ich bin da.
Yeah,
That is
ich
a
bin
different
da.
meaning.
I am here.
Huh?
No, ich bin da is also I am there. Don't worry.
I am
It can mean both.
Yeah.
It can mean both.
Sir, früher haben Sie das erklärt.
I think I did.
Yes, sir.
I think
Yes,
I
sir.
did.
Yes, you have explained it, sir.
Okay, so we have this sentence here. Ich komme nicht zu dir, weil es heute sehr richtig ist. Weil es heute sehr sonnig ist. In this sentence, das ist ein Hauptsatz zunächst. Hauptsatz hier. Und dann kommt der Nebensatz, und zwar ein Kausalsatz. Okay? Positive. So, ich komme nicht zu dir, weil es heute sehr sonnig ist in Ordnung, alles richtig hier, kein Problem. In dem ersten Satz hier haben wir eigentlich also es sieht so aus, eigentlich den gleichen Satz. Weil es heute sehr viel sonnig ist oder sehr sonnig ist, komme ich nicht zu dir. Right? It looks like the same sentence. Yeah, it is the same sentence. Okay? Aber der Nebensatz steht hier. am Anfang. And wenn you have a Nebensatz am Anfang, und zwar ein Nebensatz mit der Konjunktion weil oder mit dem Konnektor weil, it is considered bad manners, bad style, bad language usage to begin a sentence with because. Because is not used at the beginning of a sentence. This rule is there even in English. Never start a sentence with because. It's bad style. Otherwise, sentence is grammatically correct, semantically correct, in every way it is correct. Syntactically, semantically, in any other way. But since it is considered bad style, you have to start your sentence with da. And da means because, as.
Okay.
Da es heute sehr viel sonnig ist, komme ich nicht zu dir. Your sentence also begins with a blank. Correct? Am I correct here? Your sentence also starts with a blank. Conjunction then is not counted as a connector, as a conjunction in the sentence. It takes the position 0 and your verb is an der zweiten Stelle. So Aditi, now can we have your sentence, please?
Yes, sir. The sentence was es draußen so kalt ist.
Yeah.
Komma, bleiben wir drinnen.
Yeah.
Okay, so the
Da es
answer is
draußen so kalt
yeah.
ist.
Okay, now we need to fill in one of these. It is not then. That can be discounted because the verb is at the end. From the meaning of the sentence, you have easily found out that there is a reason here. Why are we inside the house? The reason is the cold outside. The cold outside is causing you to stay home inside. So obviously we need a conjunction to express that reason. Now we have a third option here, seit. What does seit show?
Sir, it is since and es zeigt eine Dauer, oder.
Seit is a temporal conjunction. It shows a duration.
Like English, right?
It's like since.
Yeah, since.
It could be ever since or since.
But we should not use for the reason.
No, it doesn't show a reason. Huh?
Okay.
Because in English, this word seit, this is the reason why they've given you seit as an option. In English, since is used as a causal.
Yeah.
We know that usage in English. Richtig, Anil?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Since we have some time, why don't we do some Übungen, extra Übungen? Correct. See the usage in English, the confusing usage.
Yeah.
Since we have extra time, let's do some practice. Let's practice a little more. Because this seit translates as since in English, and since in English has two meanings, einmal temporal und einmal causal.
Causal.
Ja, das wird hier uns gegeben, um zu testen, ob wir im Englisch denken oder auf Deutsch denken. If you think in English, you'll put down sign. Since it's so cold outside, let's stay inside. And you feel you've done your German correctly, but you're using an English conjunction here. Where did you get this sentence from?
Sir, I was doing an exercise of A1 level actually with my student. So,
Was it in a
yes,
book?
sir. Sir, there is a website called Nancy Tulin. So from there.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Nancy Tulin, I know. Because I've used the same sentence in my class.
Okay.
If it's Nancy Tulin, then I know. No problem.
Yeah. So I actually choose da only. But very honestly, sir, I really don't know that da means because I thought da means there. That's why we say gibt es here. Und da gibt es ein sehr schönen Wetter. Da gibt es einen
Okay.
Mann. Like that. मुझे पता ही नहीं था da को हम because भी कहते हैं. मेरे को लगा सिर्फ while I just know while and then it is only or because. मैंने I choose the da, but I take it in that context. There the weather is so cold, so we decided to keep it stay inside.
Ich bin da.
What is the meaning of da here?
I will be there.
And what is the meaning of da in this sentence?
There.
हाँ Zinzi Augda, are you also there?
No. Are you also here? Sir, tomorrow we have a party. Will you be here? Sind Sie auch da?
Are you also there?
Here. Are you here with us at the party? Yes, I will be there at the party.
So it means here also. Da means there, here also.
Yes. It's contextual. Please.
Interesting, sir. Das ist ja sehr interessant.
Nicht nur interessant, das ist auch confused.
हाँ.
Yeah, confused.
Quite so confused,
It is
ne?
confusing.
Durcheinander.
Total durcheinander. Let's see. Sind Sie auch da bei uns? Okay? Let's see. This is a complete sentence. What is this? Where did this come from? Okay. Are you also there with us? Yeah, the there with us which you're using is wrong English. Sir, tomorrow we have a party here at my house, my place. Rooftop party. So will you be here with us? Yeah, Diti, I'll be there. If you want, I can continue this with Aish. So this da has got a whole lot of extended meanings. The word may be small, but it's just like a mosquito. It can bother you a lot.
Painted language is mosquito.
So this is also a lesson for us when we are übersetzen. Wir müssen genau wissen, wie ein Muttersprachler das Wort bei seiner Muttersprache oder in seiner Muttersprache benutzt. That we have to know. So what would this sentence be in English? We happily say, I am there. Are you there? Yeah, I'm there. Or let's say I'm telephone. You're Aditi or any one of you is talking to me. Suddenly there is a silence. Es gibt eine lange Pause. Hallo, hallo, sir, hallo, hallo, sir. Sind Sie da? Say, ja, ich bin da. So your question is actually, sir, hello, hello. Ich kann Sie nicht hören. Sind Sie da? Are you there? And your response, my response is, ja, ich bin hier. So that ich bin hier is again a direct translation. So a German would say, ich bin da. Yeah, and that da means I am here. You can't use dort and here. Dort and here, they show specific locations. Was kann ich hier euch zeigen? Also, dort steht mein Schreibtisch. Waha. Hier sitze ich. But, ich gehe dort hin. Not ich gehe dort. Das ist falsch. So please watch out. This is the correct usage. Ich gehe dort hin. Kommen Sie hierher. Not kommen Sie hier.
Hierher bedeutet?
Over here, मेरी ओर.
Wo-
Kommen Sie hier is not correct. Ich bin hier. Ich bin hier und du sollst hierher kommen. You have to come towards me.
Okay.
Have you not done this meaning of hin und her?
Yeah.
And
Isn't he common here?
yeah. Sorry, I didn't catch that.
Sir, is it correct? Ich komme dort her.
Dot hin. Ich
Common,
gehe
no?
dot hin.
Ja, sir.
Nein,
Comment
nicht
के साथ
hier.
नहीं आता. Dot के साथ है problem.
Ich
Are you
brauche
going-
die
are you
Fahrkarte
going-
hierhin zurück.
Yeah, are you going away or coming here?
Coming here.
There you are. If you are going away, then it is hin. If you are coming towards, also nehmen wir an, hier steht der Sprecher.
Okay, okay.
Der Sprecher oder das Subjekt in dem Satz. It depends on what is being referred. Also der Mann oder ich. So if that is a subject in the sentence, you are going away from this subject, it is hin.
Here.
If you are going towards this subject, it is here. Woher kommen Sie? Not wohin kommen Sie. Why is it woher kommen Sie? I'm asking you as to where you are coming towards me from. Wo gehen Sie hin? Wo kommen Sie her? Das ist ein trennbares Suffix jetzt. Soll ich hinüberkommen? Ja, ja, komm herüber. Soll ich hinaufkommen? Ja, ja, komm herauf. You are upstairs, I am downstairs. And from downstairs I ask you, hallo Leute, soll ich hinaufkommen? Soll ich hinaufkommen? क्या मैं ऊपर की ओर आऊं क्या? And you from upstairs, you are calling me. I am downstairs, you are calling me up. Ja, bitte kommen Sie herauf. And right
Come,
now,
you,
yeah,
come Uber means come upstairs.
komm herüber. Oder herauf. Herüber will be across. Auf will be upstairs. ऊपर की ओर. Komm herauf. You have not done this exercise? Hin und her?
No, sir.
सर आप सोच रहे होंगे कितने बेकार बच्चे मिले
नहीं,
मैं C1 पढ़ाता हूँ ये A1
नहीं,
A2
नहीं।
पूछते हैं
नहीं, ऐसा नहीं है. I am surprised it's not been covered by the teachers who taught you German. See, I'm more worried about what has not been taught to you. It's not what you have not learned. I'm looking at it from the other aspect. ये basic है. I normally cover this by before A2 is over. I finish this. हमेशा मेरे को कितने 37 साल से पढ़ा रहा हूँ मैं. पढ़ाता था regularly. I normally finish this by A2.
Ja, sir. A2. Natürlich.
अभी
ये हो
इतना
जाना
बहुत
चाहिए.
हिमन है
Ja, also wir haben schon, also mit, wenn man das so sieht, diese zwei Fragen sind uns schon bekannt.
Yeah,
Done something.
yeah, that's why, sir.
Right? Once this is there already, wohin is going away.
Where?
Where to?
Yeah.
Don't use the Hindi here, kaha.
कहाँ को?
Kidhar ko or kaha ko. Use that direction. Correct, Abhi? Use that ko to understand the concept. कहाँ को जा रहे हो, किधर को जा रहे हो, वो है किधर से
कहाँ
आ
से?
रहे हैं.
हाँ,
So,
right,
two
right.
words, मेरी और,
हाँ.
or towards the speaker. So right now, when, for example, you say, I would like to enter the room, please. Darf ich hineinkommen?
Yeah. Can I come inside?
Yes. Why? Because from where you are standing, you want to go into the room, which is here. And I am in the room, you are outside, and I ask you, या kommen Sie herein? बाहर से अंदर आ जाओ.
Okay.
ये भी
मैं
कह
कमरे के
सकते हैं
अंदर हूँ.
darf ich reinkommen?
Wait. Abhi, एक minute. I'll just come to that part. That is the most interesting part. So we have, for example, hinaus. Can you give me other options, bitte? Hinein.
Nein.
The dark is simply.
Hinunter.
In raus? Raus, okay. Yeah.
Hinüber. Oh, hinaus, hinein, hinauf, hinunter, hinüber. Was noch? What else can you have? Aus, ein, auf, unter, herüber. I think that's it. And the same sets come with her. Heraus, herein, herauf, herunter, herüber. Okay? Aus means outside, ein means inside, auf means upstairs, unter means downstairs, coming downstairs, über means across. Beispiel, Straße. More simply, Straße. It's easier to understand with Straße. I'm going across to my friend. It need not be a Straße. It could be another classroom in a building, or you are standing in some open space. Your friend or whoever is on the other side of that open space, and you're going across to the friend. That is then hinüber. Right? Herüber, from the friend's point of view. Heraus, herein, herauf, herunter, herüber. So it depends on your perspective. Away from speaker or subject in the sentence, towards speaker or subject in the sentence. Having said that, any questions here? Fragen here? Fragen? Hat jemand hier Fragen?
Herauf bedeutet?
Heraus oder hinaus?
Nein, herauf.
Heraus is towards the speaker from inside somewhere. For example, I am outside the classroom. And in this age of technology, I have a handy. My wife or my girlfriend has also got a handy. My wife and or girlfriend is inside the classroom, and I send a text message, Bitte komm heraus. Maharaja. Meri or Aja. Out of the classroom. Because it's a classroom, enclosed space, I use aus. Because I am not allowed inside, ich darf nicht hineingehen. Since I'm not allowed inside, hineingehen, I want my friend, my girlfriend, my wife to come outside. Also, herauskommen. That is heraus. Hinein, hinaus. Hinauf, hinunter, upstairs and downstairs. Let's take the situation from Zuhause by Mia. We have this professor's quarters allotted to my wife at the university. So it's got one floor upstairs also, ground floor and first floor. So if she stands on the balcony of the first floor and she calls me, Upar aa jao, I need you to do something. यहाँ काम करना है, चादर बिछाने हैं या कमरा साफ करना है, बेटा कॉम हिना हेराउफ, उसकी ओर वो खुद बुला रही है मुझे, तो उसकी ओर बुला रही है, शी इज द सब्जेक्ट, शी इज द स्पीकर, बेटा कॉम हेराउफ. Und da antworte ich, nein, ich komme nicht hinauf, मैं नहीं आता ऊपर, मुझे मालूम है बहुत काम करवाओगी, so मैं नहीं आता ऊपर, ich komme nicht hinauf. Du kommst hinunter. Oder du gehst, also du kommst herunter, sorry, not hinunter, du kommst herunter. तुम नीचे आओ, मैं नहीं आता ऊपर, ich komme nicht hinauf, du kommst herunter, तुम नीचे आओ. So is it towards or away? Simple. How do I differentiate? How do I remember? Remember वो हिन, किधर को, वो है कहाँ से. It's easy. If you remember this, you will remember these. Then that becomes the interesting part to what Abhi had asked. Wir sagen herauf as a short form as rauf. Similarly, we can also have raus, rein, runter und rüber. Rauf, raus, rein, runter, rüber. So the herauf can be shortened to rauf. Heraus shortened to raus. Herein shortened to rein. Herunter shortened to runter. Herüber shortened to rüber. Is this okay, Abhi?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now the interesting part. The short form for hinauf is also rauf, not nauf. So whether it is hinaus or heraus, the short form for both is raus. So to make a long story short, if you are not sure of whether to say hinaus or heraus, use the short forms. Just use the short forms. More than enough. Your German is damn good. You're not sure whether to say hinauf or herauf. But you do know the usage of auf, aus, ein, unter, and über. Auf, upstairs, aus, outside, ein, inside, unter, downstairs or coming down, and über, across. So Aditi, you can happily ask, bitte, ich möchte reinkommen. You're not sure whether it should be hineinkommen or hereinkommen. Ich möchte reinkommen. And my answer would be, ja, bitte komm doch rein. Don't worry, you still don't know whether I said herein or hinein. But as long as you hear rein, you have understood correctly. But of course, the problem is when you teach at the A1 level, teach these forms and insist on their usage correctly. Don't teach them this. The short forms are at a higher level. Only after you have mastered the rule are you allowed to break it. You can't break a rule if you don't know what the rule is. So teach them the rule, teach them the usage, let them understand, let them formulate sentences here, let them struggle with it. You struggle with them, but don't teach them the short forms. This is eher B1. So right now, is this part clear? Oder es gibt noch Fragen?
Entschuldigung, Sir.
Ja?
Sir, hair की short form ये हुई ना राउफ, राउस, राइन, रुंटर, र्यूबर.
दोनों हिन या हेर दोनों का यही शॉर्ट फॉर्म है.
अच्छा, हिन और हेर दोनों का यही short form है. ठीक है सर. Okay.
Don't teach your students this right in the beginning. शुरू में ही नहीं समझाना, ना ही बताना है. If you are teaching, ask them to use the full form. And we should also learn the full form. At least we should know which of these we are using. Are we using hinaus or are we using heraus? Dafür auch diese Erklärung hier. Away from a particular spot. Ich gehe hin. For example, ich möchte einen guten Film sehen und dieser Film läuft im Kino. What Kino? Kino Sangeet. Ich gehe morgen hin. Ich gehe morgen hin. Also, es gibt einen Film. Der Film läuft im Kino Sangeet. Ich gehe morgen hin. सुबह या कल वहां जाऊंगा, उधर की ओर जाऊंगा. Hingehen. Ich gehe morgen hin. Or for the hair here, your friend has bought the tickets und wartet am Kino. Ruft uns an oder mich an oder dich oder euch an und sagt, ich habe extra Karten, ich habe extra Kinokarten. Komm her, wir sehen uns den Film zusammen an. Komm her. Aja, idhar. Ja, ja. Ich habe extra Karten bei mir. Wir sehen uns zusammen den Film an. साथ में देखेंगे फिल्म. आ जाओ, टिकट है मेरे पास और ich warte hier am Kino. Ich bin schon am Kino, am Schalter. So come towards me, here. And then your response, if at all, in your positive, na warte, 10 Minuten bin ich da. One option. In 10 Minuten bin ich da, in 10 minutes I'm there, oder in 10 Minuten komme ich hin. I'll reach. Remember, language is very, very flexible. You have to go by the context when you translate words or look for word meanings. Also, da hat die Bedeutung von weil hier. Da hat die Bedeutung von hier. Und da hat die Bedeutung von dort.
Sir, in generally, without using a connector, da can have the two meanings. In general, if we'll just.
It depends on the usage, because if you use it as a if you use it as a connector, the finite verb goes to the end. Huh?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And in generally, your da meaning is here or there.
Or there.
Okay, sir.
Okay, and bad style. Beginning of a sentence, normally da. In the middle of a sentence, while and or da. You can use either. But here the while is normally not preferred. Let's put it that way. So what I'll do is I'll put it in a smaller font. Yeah. So if I say, weil es heute sehr viel sonnig ist, komme ich nicht zu dir. Yeah, sentence is correct. I'm not saying it's wrong. But you might think, oh, he's not well educated. He doesn't know the finer points of language. That's why he's saying, weil es heute. Actually, it should be da es heute. So, das ist eigentlich der gute Stil, heißt das. Ja? Der
Excuse me, sir.
Stil, ja.
Sir, आपने एक सेंटेंस बोला था, ein Film läuft ins Kino, ich gehe ins Kino.
नहीं वही बोला था क्या नहीं ein guter Film läuft im Kino Sangeet ich gehe hin
Kann ich sagen, ich gehe dorthin?
oh yes but then the context is already there so why do you need the dot
Okay.
you get it so I have already given the context na Kino
Okay. ठीक है sir. Right.
right so I drop the dot and I say ich gehe hin
Okay. Klar.
okay कहाँ से शुरू किया कहाँ पहुँच गए ना यार so ist das Leben manchmal so ist das okay jetzt Aditi und die anderen auch Abi und dein Problem ist auch gelöst
Ja, sir.
ja rauf raus rein runter rüber
Ja, sir. Danke schön, sir.
Bitte, gern geschehen. Aber bitte aufpassen. Don't give out these words to the beginners.
Yes, sir.
There's a pedagogical reason behind, and the simplest pedagogical reason I can tell you right now is they will expect shortcuts every now and then, and they'll try this with other words, and they'll start learning wrong German. Let them learn their German very well, the basics very well. Ja, das Grunddeutsch und die Fundamente müssen Sie dann gut beherrschen und dann kommen diese Alternativen. Nicht vorher bitte. Okay, so let's now come back here. So back to our vocabulary. I don't know whether we can start with new grammar, but let's come back to the vocabulary here.
Arbeitsbuch oder
Das ist das Lehrbuch.
Lehrbuch? Okay, sir.
Lehrbuch und Seite 29 PDF. Hast du ein Softcopy? Hast du das Buch bei dir oder PDF?
Book, sir. Book.
Okay. Book will be probably 28 or 30. Let me check. 28. Ja, das ist 27. Gib Contra.
Ja. Gib
Ja,
Contra.
28. Gib Contra. So, die Aufgabe hier. Wir haben hier 4 Aussagen und 4 Bedeutungen. Remember, it's all about guter Stil, good style. Wie kann man sich anders ausdrücken? How do you react with alternative statements, different statements? Es gibt hier auf der linken Seite Aussagen und auf der rechten Seite gibt es die Erklärungen. So what goes with what?
Mit eins, es gibt D.
Ja,
Weil es ist da. Darf ich lesen?
eins ist D. Aha,
Ja.
aha, okay. Try solving them all.
Okay.
Fear A.
Ja.
3b.
Mhm.
Und dann 2c.
Ja. 2.
C.
Sir, was heißt? Acha, provocation means provocation.
4a, 3b habt ihr gesagt. Dann was ist dann 2?
C.
Mhm. Und 1?
1d.
1b.
1d. Okay. So, was bedeutet auf den Mund, nicht auf den Mund fallen? Oder nicht auf den Mund gefallen sein?
He knows
This
a lot.
whole phrase, nicht auf den Mund gefallen sein.
His words are not
Music.
in his mouth, sir. His mouth, sir, he speaks carefully.
No. Stammering.
No.
No, no, no.
No.
No, no, no.
You said 4a, das ist richtig.
Yeah.
So what
He
does it
doesn't
mean?
get regret of what he says. He says what actually he means. He has good knowledge.
9 and 3. No.
So this phrase we have in English also, no?
Nicht auf den Mund gefallen. Nicht auf den Mund gefallen bedeutet, er kann sich sehr gut äußern. Er ist nie wortlos. Nicht auf den Mund gefallen sein bedeutet, also er oder sie ist nie wortlos. Do you remember the word wortlos that we did the other day?
Ja, so.
So, wo war das? Intensive Trainer, glaube ich. Ne? Also hier. Wortlos sein. So what does it mean, wortlos sein?
Short of words.
Short of words or sprachlos sein, ne? Speechless. Not being able to speak.
Speech.
So hier nicht auf den Mund gefallen sein bedeutet nie wortlos sein, nie sprachlos sein. Immer bereit sein, was zu sagen. Oder eine Antwort immer bereit haben. Eine Reaktion immer bereit haben. It's like the English one would be to have a ready tongue. Or to have the gift of gab. To have the gift of the gab or to have a ready tongue.
Humorous, can we say so?
Sometimes, not, but not always. Not always necessary. Gift of gab need not always be humorous. No? It can also be sometimes very hurting.
Yes.
Right. I do got confused with that. No, your foot is in your mouth. So I just
No.
I got confused with that. Yeah.
Okay. So what does that mean? Foot in the mouth?
You don't know what to say. No, you be not carefully say what you
Sense of
exactly
humor,
want to
is
say.
it?
No, suppose you say you put one's foot in the mouth.
Kind of babbler.
So what does it mean? It's a nice phrase actually. A very picturesque phrase.
There is some bad professors in the college, so they used to tell us this.
Do you know the German phrase for this?
No. I thought like इससे कुछ related है अभी जो हमने पढ़ा नहीं शब्द मन gefallen like that.
Okay. It's a very, very commonly used German phrase. Home, there should be klein, although that's also here. Klein sein. Ins Fettnäpfchen treten. Ins Fettnäpfchen. Can you separate the two words? This is das Fettnäpfchen What's
So
pronounced
fat
it?
is
Fat.
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 Yeah. Yeah.
Nation is kinda no.
Anybody here wants to guess?
Was het?
Fettnäpfchen.
Neption is like client something. CHEN is there. So
So a small a nap.
yeah,
Yeah, actually,
small.
it's a very colloquial English word also. Näpfchen here means actually a blunder, if you took it that way. Right? The English phrase is just as interesting. There used to be a series called Mind Your Language once upon a time in the 80s, 70s, and 80s. And this phrase I saw at that time, long time back it is. It's the English word for that is clanger, to drop a clanger, to make a blunder, to drop a clanger. Clanger of English. To drop a clanger means to make a blunder. Okay, so when you say Fettnäpfchen, it's something which is very, very oily and greasy. Fett is fat, grease, oil. So when you have a clanger or something that it's something that you can also hold. You're not able to hold on to it. It keeps slipping. So when you try stepping on holding it firm, you slip on that. So you make such a blunder that that blunder takes you deep into lots more problems. So the word Fettnäpfchen is actually, the English word is clanger. On its own, it's very difficult to define the word.
Okay.
So in Fettnäpfchen treten, in das Fettnäpfchen treten. So in Fettnäpfchen treten is you put a foot in the mouth.
To do a blender, huh?
To make a terrible blunder. Not just simply a blunder, it's a terrible blunder. Horrible, really terrible. He's put his foot in the mouth. Putting your foot in the mouth is making a very big mistake.
Mm-hmm.
And it can be embarrassing at sometimes. Right? So there was a, no, it doesn't fit here, so I won't tell you that story. Okay. Okay, let's get back. So, das ist dann, er kann sich gut ausdrücken. Also, er ist nie wortlos, er ist nie wortkarg. Did you know the word wortkarg? Since we are talking about wortkarg. Wortkarg is wortlos.
Shorter words.
Yeah, shorter word. Wortkarg, wortlos, sprachlos. This is synonym. Not know what to say. Wortkarg. Adjective. So don't look for the article. Wortkarg sein.
Okay.
This entire lesson is full of this vocabulary. Mein Bruder weiß viel und ist nicht aus dem Mund gefallen. Er ist nie wortkarg. Er ist nie wortlos, er ist nie sprachlos. Er kann sich immer gut ausdrücken. Okay. Herr Bockelberg kann wirklich gut Kontra geben. Pro und Contra. Also gegen etwas sagen. Er kann schnell auf eine Provokation reagieren. Contra, the other side. So you provoke him, he'll give you his opposite view. Yeah, good contra geben. So it can react very quickly with something contradictory to what you have said. If you said negatively, he'll react with a positive Reaktion. Oder wenn man hier positiv reagiert hat, kann auch mit einer negativen Reaktion reagieren. But it should be something that will provoke the person. So how do I mean positive reaction? Let's take a general statement. I say all politicians are absolutely honest. It's a positive statement. Although there is no nein, kein, nicht, and so on in my statement. Correct?
Yeah.
So, but that will still provoke a reaction in you. Because maybe you know that it's not entirely true,
Yes.
and you react to that. Straight away saying, no, sir, also nein, sir, das stimmt eigentlich nicht. So that means immediately, ihr könnt gut Kontra geben. That is the phrase here, Kontra geben. Okay. Then the next one here. Ihr Verhalten war so unverschämt. So what is this? Verhalten war unverschämt.
लालन पोषण सर बहुत बेकार था, इंसोलेंट टाइप.
Yeah, Verhalten, can you?
Behavior.
Behavior.
Yeah, behavior. It can also be as conduct or manner or whatever. Depends on what you want to say. A behavior is good.
Behavior was not so unshameful.
Huh? War so unverschämt.
Was very
Shameless.
But un आ गया sir तो
Shameful.
अरे एक तो verschämt है, verschämt का un है ये. Unverschämt. It was absolutely shame without shame. Unverschämt is shameless.
okay.
Totally shameless behavior.
yes, sir.
Okay.
If you want it that way, he did not in the least bit feel embarrassed. He was not even, you know the English word abash, A-B-A-S-H.
Abashed. Yes, sir.
So he was unabashed. His behavior was unabashed.
Okay.
Unabashed behavior. The word abashed means embarrassed. Unabashed is unembarrassed. So when you say here abashed or unabashed, so that here means, this would mean, var vollkommen sprachlos. You're so unabashed. That means he is somebody who is a pretender, who is a show-off. Angeber. A kind of a show-off. A person who shows off. Dikhawa.
Flaunton.
Yeah? Sorry, Angeber? I didn't. Yeah, Abhi.
Flaunter. Flaunter, can we say flaunt?
English mein?
Yes, sir.
Spell it?
F-L-A-U-N-T. Flaunt means like.
नहीं flaunt नहीं है, braggart है ये. The word is braggart, not flaunt. The word is braggart. Somebody who brags, somebody who talks excessively about oneself is a braggart. Somebody who is always blowing his own trumpet. Pompous.
Swagger.
Yeah, with a lot of swagger, yes. Swaggerer, basically. Yeah, somebody who boasts a lot, a boaster maybe. That would be another easier word to remember.
Hochmütig, can we say, sir? Hochmütig. Hochmütig.
No, hochmütig should be proud.
Yes.
That will be proud. That is nose in the air. Die Nase hochhalten. That is more of a pride kind of thing. Here is a braggart, he's a show-off. So, as ein Angeber. Und hier, der neue Kollege nimmt den Mund voll nehmen. Ja, den Mund voll nehmen. This comes from our own personal experience. So, Hauser, wenn Ihr Mund ganz schön voll ist, kann man nicht sprechen. Stimmt?
No, sir.
If your mouth is full, you can't speak. Also, it did not strike him as to what he can say or what he could say. Was hätte sagen können. Also mit anderen Worten, konnte nicht sagen. So since he cannot say anything, sollte sich mehr zurückhalten. He should be a little more careful. He should hold himself back. Zurückhalten, to hold back. Sich zurückhalten, to hold oneself back. अपने आप को रोकना चाहिए उसे. जब कुछ बोल ही नहीं पाता है और जो बोलता है it's like a foot in the mouth, तो अपने आप को रोकना चाहिए.
Sir, dieser Adjektive Wortkrag kann man irgendwo benutzen. Zum Beispiel, ich spreche mit jemand und ich sage, jetzt sie ist Wortkrag.
Ja. Ja, but see, Aditi, es gibt hier auch einige negative Bedeutungen. Agreed?
Okay.
When you have a negative Bedeutung, it's normally used in the third person. I'll give you an example. This is a poem in German. Ego Sie. The poem is called Ego Sie. And the poem is, Ich bin Ego bin, du bist Ego bist, ist Egoist. It's written with small letters, also immer mit kleinen Buchstaben. Das gehört einer Stil der Dichtung. It belongs to a particular style of poetry called concrete poesy, concrete poetry, literally translated, where the poets of this particular style do not follow the rules of poetry. So you will not see beautiful words and rhymes and rhythm and melody. All those you will not see there. But if you look at this word, these words here, das Gedicht hier, das Gedicht heißt Ego Sie. Und das Gedicht, also so wird es geschrieben, ich bin Ego bin, du bist Ego bist, ist Egoist. Welches Wort also eurer Meinung nach existiert in der Sprache?
Sir, ist Egoist.
Okay, so das Wort existiert. Okay, und die anderen? Go by your instinct. Sie existieren nicht. Correct? Go by your instinct. What does your instinct say? Ego bin, Ego bist, gibt es nicht.
Egoist ist ein Wort, vielleicht.
Yeah? Is there any word called ego bin? What do you feel? From whatever you have learned, is it possible to have a word ich bin Ego bin oder sagt man ich bin Egoist?
Ich bin Egoist, das wäre es besser.
Yeah, so you can't use Ego bin. So das existiert nicht. What about Ego bist? Kann man sagen, du bist Ego bist oder du bist Egoist?
Du bist Egoist.
Egoist. Also das Wort Egoist existiert und nicht Ego bin oder Ego bist. Und Ego sie gibt es auch nicht. Eigentlich das Wort heißt Poesie. So instead of saying poesy, the writer of this poem called it egozy. Poesy means poetry. Look at the meaning here, like Aditi, I was just telling you. Ich bin egoist, du bist egoist, er ist egoist. How frequently do we use the first two forms? I'm an egoist, you are an egoist. How many of us really say, I have a big ego? How often do you tell a friend or somebody in front of you, you have a big ego? Wie oft sagt man das? Als
Honest.
Kritik? Als Kritik? Sagt man das sehr oft? Du bist Egoist oder sie sind Egoist?
Dieser Wort ist a bit offensive.
Yeah, so you normally don't use it in others, correct? Straight away. On the face, you will not.
Yeah.
Right. So, how on the face will you also admit to other people that you have a big ego?
Nahin.
Yeah. Will you ever say कि मुझे बहुत अहंकार है? No. Right. So, what the poet here wants to say is, the word egoist is normally used only with third person. In other words, on people who are not part of your conversation right then and there, or may not be there. If that person is there, you probably will not be using it. You don't criticize people on their face with such negative, with also critique. So there are certain words that we are here haben. We want to be very careful with that. This is more on the positive side. Nicht auf den Mund fallen sein is more positive. Also sehr klug sein, sehr wortgeschickt sein. That is okay. But Angeber and solche sagen, you show off, braggart, swaggerer, is normally not used on people's faces. You don't criticize people directly on their face. This is human nature. Of course, there can be situations, this is an andere Sache, then it lead to strife. Okay, so your question, I think, is answered. You can use them in everyday conversations. Yes, that is the whole idea. Diese Wendungen kommen in tagtäglichen Gebrauch auch. Sie werden verbraucht und gebraucht und benutzt. Aber aufpassen. Wo und wie. Okay, now you have something very interesting here. Look at this cartoon. Welche Antwort der Frau finden Sie am schlagfertigsten? Was bedeutet schlagfertigsten?
Schlagen bedeutet to advise.
I'll have to go differently.
Das ist vorschlagen.
Ich gebe euch ein ganz einfaches Beispiel. Akbar und Birbal, die zwei Namen sind uns bekannt. Ja? Alle hier wissen von diesen zwei Namen?
Ja.
Akbar und Birbal?
Yes, sir.
Birbal war eine sehr schlagfertige Person. Und in Südindien, Anil, vielleicht weißt du auch von der Person Tenali Rama?
Yeah,
So cruel or clever.
clever.
You tell me.
Sir,
Ja,
rehotric
Birbal
can
war
be
sehr, sehr schlagfertig.
Sir, good with the suggestions.
Na,
rehotric can we say, sir? Rehotric.
ja, Abhi?
Rehotric can we say rehotric?
Rhetoric, no.
Rhetoric.
No. Rhetoric, R-H-E-T-O-R-I-K, 9.
Yes, sir.
Or
Yes, sir.
English with C, R-H-E-T-O-R-I-C, 9.
Vakpatu.
Ha?
Yes.
Schlagfertig.
Actually, we are
Schlagfertig
about
bedeutet,
to answer rhetoric.
no, rhetoric.
Rhetorics.
Yeah, the word is rhetoric in English and K in German. No, it's not with rhetoric. And comes broadly under that, but it's not rhetoric. Schlagfertig sein oder Schlagfertigkeit haben bedeutet immer eine humorvolle und schnelle Antwort haben. Always be ready with an answer. No Pause. Ohne Pause auf etwas. Humorvoll, normalerweise. Humorvoll.
So, humorvoll bedeutet?
Humor, mit Humor. Viel Humor.
Humorous. Humorous.
Humorvoll. Also Birbal. Birbal hat immer eine schlagfertige Antwort auf Akbars Fragen. So, was bedeutet das? Oder Tenali Rama. Er hat immer schlagfertige Antworten. Er war sehr schlagfertig. There's a word for this in Hindi also. Normally used as an adjective for Birbal.
Chaturnath.
Even Tenali Rama. Hazir Jawab.
Hazir jawab, na?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Hazir Jawab. Ready answer. In English, ready wit.
Quick-wittedness.
Quick-witted, correct. To have a ready wit. To be quick-witted. Never be at a loss for words and always give back an answer which would more often be humorous than not. So hierbei in der Zeichnung hier, welche Antwort der Frau finden Sie am schlagfertigsten? Es gibt hier 4 Reaktionen dieser Frau. Which of this is you think the most humorous, the most quick-witted, the most ready-wit? Hey, heute mal pünktlich.
Zum Beispiel Kapil Sharma, sir.
Ja, der ist schlagfertig. Ja, Abi, das ist richtig. Der ist immer sehr schlagfertig. So which of these 4 do you think is am schlagfertigsten? Hey, heute mal pünktlich.
Drei, ja, leider, ich fürchte, meine Uhr geht falsch.
Okay, that is Aditi's Reaktion und Meinung. If somebody says to you, Aditi, hey, heute mal pünktlich, what would you say?
Ja, ich denke auch 3.
Dry, okay. Surabhi, what do you have to say? And Avi?
Erst bin ich zu früh.
Very early.
Mhm.
Ja, leider ist fürchte, meine Uhr geht falsch.
Okay, so you are all going with that.
Yes.
Achal also? Aditi, Anil, Abhi, Surabhi says, yeah, finish through. Achal also would go with this?
No, sir.
So which is the most humorous? Which is more Hazir Jawabi style? Well, there's a slight element of humor in that. Achal,
Yes, sir.
what would be your response? Which of these four do you feel is schlagfertig?
A. Pünktlich versus Das. Theater.
Danke. Even I would go with the fourth one. Somebody tells me, sir, आज आप time से आ गए. And I'll say, time से? वो क्या होता है?
That is just a okay.
That is schlagfertigkeit. Because I am never punctual. I'm never punctual. And in a way, I'm agreeing to punctuality by asking you, punctual? वो क्या होता है? It's not in my vocabulary. Whereas the first one is too serious. Really?
Yeah.
Really? Bin ich zu früh? Entschuldiger, komm nicht wieder vor. Hey, you come punctually. This also is very humorous here. Oh, I'm so sorry. फिर कभी नहीं होगा. आज आप टाइम से आ गए. Sorry. दोबारा नहीं करूंगी. This also is very, very, very good answer. Right? Because look at this word that he's using here. Heute mal pünktlich. Oh, you're on time today. Entschuldiger, kommt nicht wieder vor. Or this one. I have to choose between these two.
Zweite und vierte.
Yeah. Both are just too good. When you say yeah, leider, you're actually, in a way, kind of agreeing to this. My watch, it's not quite correct, so I just came by chance. So in a way, you say, ja, deswegen bin ich ja pünktlich gekommen. The trick is here. So you have to give a ready answer. Das ist mit der Sprache zu tun. Ja, wie man mit der Sprache so reagiert, wie man die Sprache so benutzt oder verwendet. So, what is Sprache? They say it can be trained. The audios hören wir uns dann Audio I don't have. Let me still search. Am Montag, wenn ich dann die finde. And then we can probably try this exercise. But it's not something that can be done.
Haven't we done Morgan?
Morgan?
Ja.
Ja, Sie haben gesagt, dass also wir könnten gestern nicht die Unterricht nehmen, denn am Samstag können wir treffen.
Ja, geht das bei euch?
Ja, okay.
Ja, aber andererseits, ja, vielleicht Nachmittagpause. Ja.
Wie viel Zeit?
2 Uhr? Nein, Nachmittagpause, like 11 Uhr, sorry, 13 Uhr, 1 o'clock.
Ja.
1 o'clock India time oder deutsche
Indischer.
India time.
Ja, Sir, kein Problem.
Ja.
11 Uhr
Ist das die deutsche Zeit, Anil, oder ist das die indische Zeit?
Indische Zeit, Sir.
Also 1 oder nach 1?
1.
1, also 1 bis 2:30.
Ja. Ich meine nach Ihrem Pause, Mittagspause. Ich weiß nicht, nach 1 Uhr oder 2 Uhr. 1 o'clock.
Es kommt darauf an, ob die Frauen damit einverstanden sind. Also wie steht es bei den Frauenschaft hier?
I think.
I don't know, das ist ein Vorschlag von dir. Darauf müssen die Frauenschaft hier reagieren.
Wenn die anderen Frauen sind damit okay, dann bin ich ja auch. Sonst ist es besser, wenn man das früher machen. Aber wenn alle möchten um 1 Uhr, dann bin ich auch okay.
Ja, am Wochenende habe ich ganzen Tag frei. Ich habe kein Interesse.
Ja, ich habe auch kein Problem, Sir.
Ja, okay dann.
Okay, Anil?
Ja, Sir.
Ja.
Dein Problem ist gelöst.
Also das Problem ist jetzt gelöst. Also morgen um 1.
Okay, Sir.
Da die Frauen kein Problem haben, haben wir auch kein Problem.
Ja, das Problem muss man dann lösen. Jedes Problem hat eine Lösung. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, Sir. Entschuldigung, ich muss raus. Ich muss Arbeit gehen. Okay. Bis morgen,
Ja,
Sir.
an die Arbeit. Ja, gut.
Ja,
Also
tschüss.
wir treffen uns morgen um 1. Ich mache
Ja.
eine kleine Übung jetzt, also Worterklärungen. Und das ist Übung 2a. So have a look at it tomorrow, Anil.
Ja, danke, Sir. Tschüss.
Ja, tschüss dann. Also, hier gibt es 6 Wörter. Das ist die letzte Übung für heute. Wortschatzübung wieder. Flüstern, kreischen, labern, lachen, meckern, staunen. Alle diese Verben haben etwas mit der Sprache zu tun. Can you tell me the meanings of these verbs using these sounds here? Psst. Blah, 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 blah.
Yes,
Oh,
sir. Babbling.
yeah,
Blah, blah,
meh.
blah.
Ii. Also, was passt hier?
Sir, lachen is ha ha ha.
Okay, lachen ist also,
Mecken is like the way a bee do. That is, मतलब जो भी sound होता है वो.
वो है ना यहाँ पे कौन सा वाला है? कौन सा
ये
वाला
I
है?
think the 6th वाला.
No, sir. मैं ये American होगा सर.
Sehr gut, Avi, das ist korrekt. Das ist richtig.
कौन सा?
Das ist nur 5. Meckern ist 5. Meh.
अच्छा.
Das ist richtig, okay? Was ist Staunen?
Sir, to stun.
Ja, also erstaunt, for example, you know the adjective erstaunt.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So which one would that be?
Oh, fear.
Fear, richtig. It's not oh, it's oh.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that is staunen. Okay. Was ist?
Sir, flüstern heißt to that whisper.
Ja, also das ist nur 1 dann.
Okay.
Flüstern. Was ist labbern? Ja, only 2 more. 2 und 6. Labbern und kreischen.
Maybe a babbler. Maybe a babbler.
Also ist es kreischen oder labbern?
Maybe loud.
Kreischen is blah blah.
Nein, das ist labbern. Ja, also bla 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 bla. Also immer plaudern. Plaudern, manchmal ohne Bedeutungen, ohne Themen und so weiter. Das ist dann labbern. When you're complaining about somebody, you're talking about somebody, just look at her. कैसे वो बड़बड़ करी जाती है. This बड़बड़ करना, talking non-stop, das ist labbern. Und kreischen ist to scream loudly. It's like, you know, when you look at, you see somebody after a long time and you have this screaming sound. Hurry, how many days we have not seen each other? So that is the kreischen.
Okay, sir.
Okay, but at the same time, very quickly here, before I allow you to go for the weekend, meckern.
Weekend.
Yeah, meckern. When we said meckern, this is that meh. It's a sound that a goat or a sheep makes. Erstens.
Sir, meckern bedeutet?
Welcher Laut macht eine Ziege oder ein Schaf? Ek dher
Yeah.
ha. So what do you call that sound in Hindi? Was ein Ziege is goat, or ein Schaf macht?
Mimiana.
Ja, Abhi, bolo.
Mimiana, sir.
Right. So this meckern, that bleating, is also used for humans who are complaining in that manner. Warum meckerst du? When somebody is complaining in that manner, in that मियाना अंदाज से कोई बोलता है ना, तो उसको meckern बोलते हैं, that complaining sound.
So if somebody is complaining, we can say, why are you complaining? We can say, Varum, mux do this.
Max too.
Meccas too. Z में use मत करना बाबा. You can't say that to a stranger. Remember?
Right, sir, right, sir.
So it has to be in the do form. क्यों मिनमिना रहे हो? क्या problem क्या है? No, it's like
So we have abandoned all these. We are to in do form, no?
most
We
of
are
them,
not
yes.
saying
लाखन को छोड़ के.
Yeah.
लाखन Christian को छोड़ के बाकी even sometimes Staunen. But Laban and Kreischen Z में नहीं आएगा. Laban, Kreischen और Mecken will normally be in the do form.
सर लाखन और एक और बताया था आपने जी में कौन सा आएगा?
Lachen, flüstern, staunen.
Okay, sir.
Beispiel, warum staunen Sie?
Yeah,
Why
warum
are you
staunen
shocked?
Sie? Ja, genau. So why are you astonished? या क्यों अचंभे में क्यों पड़ गए आप?
And yes, sir.
क्या फुसफुसा आप लोग क्या फुसफुसा रहे हो? Yeah, that's flüstern. Lachen? Warum lachen Sie? Das ist auch okay. But Kreischen, Laban and Mecken with Z is a little rude. Unhöflich. Das ist nicht höflich.
No, let's suppose somebody come and he's actually shouting, and I mean in a bad way he's shouting. So I can use the verb kreischen there.
Yeah.
Statt schreien or so I can use.
Be careful that Kreischen doesn't become louder. Right? That is actually to scream something very loud. चिल्ला चिल्ला के बोलना, that in that sense where that high pitch में जब बोलते हैं ना उसको Kreischen कहते हैं. That's why that sound has been given to you here. This is Kreischen. And these verbs are used in everyday language with each other. This next exercise we can take up on Monday, or no, tomorrow when we meet. We have options here. Brüllen, flüstern, versprechen, schwatzen, begründen, lästern, plaudern, referieren, einwerfen, fragen, labern, versichern. You have to choose the options. So everything that is given here sind Verben des Sprechens. And this collection of verbs, which broadly comes under Sprechen, heißt dann Wortfeld, the field of word to one particular word Sprechen. So what all can one put under Sprechen? Zum Beispiel flüstern, whispern, brüllen, schreien, weinen. So all these come under this broad area of speaking. मिनमिनाना, चिल्लाना, फुसफुस करना, गड़बड़ करना. So this lesson actually has to work. Lektion 2. Und das ist by intensive trainer. This again Surbi had sent as a part of our exchanging info. And then comes your vocabulary with different verbs again. Appellieren, begründen, erklären, erläutern, untermalen. All these are something to do with your behavior. So what is not part of this? Although in a way, they all have similar meanings, some of them, but one word doesn't. Which one? So everything to do with words. How do we use words? What word means what? And how do we use it in different contexts? Basically increasing our vocabulary. The same thing here. After this lesson is over, module 4, the next lesson is also hast du Worte. Yeah, here. Wortwörtlich, Worte, Wortlos, Wortkarg, the state here. How do we use what? Sich streiten, sich auseinandersetzen, sich beschimpfen, sich vertragen. What doesn't fit in this? Meinen, denken, glauben, erfahren. What doesn't fit here? This you can tell me actually before we should close. Meinen, denken, glauben, erfahren.
Erfahren, sir.
Erfahren. That doesn't fit here. These three have similar meanings, huh? Erfahren doesn't fit here. So it's basically to do with vocabulary. Yeah, see? Expression.
Sir, was heißt erörtern?
What is that?
Sir, here auf dieser Kasten.
Ah, so in diesem Kasten, yeah.
Erläutert.
Erörtern, to localize something, to put some word in a particular context. Is that formal or informal? That is the other part here. Which words are used in a formal speech? Which words are used in an informal speech? So, say eins, also es geht mehr darum, wie man unser Vokabular erweitert und wie wir unseren Wortschatz verbessern können. For example, look at this phrase, brilliant komisch. Darüber konnte ich nur müde lesen. You have to arrange them properly. Kaputt lachen. For example, ich habe mich kaputt gelacht. अरे मेरा तो पेट फट गया. आजकल व्हाट्सएप में और बाकी जगह पे शॉर्ट फॉर्म है ना उसका ROFL.
हाँ. Rolling on floor laughing.
हाँ. Right? So similarly, what we use, some exercises are beautifully put here. You have to choose the right word. Sich äußern, behaupten. So from the context of the sentence, which one will you put here? Die Politikerin äußert sich oder die Politikerin behauptet? Meaning-wise, they are very close to each other, but there is a difference. So wir sollten diese Unterschiede finden. Right? How do we use language in public situations? Okay? And what is Sprachenlernen and how, and the usual thing with language. And here with nominalization. How do we nominalize something? So we'll be doing exercises basically on vocabulary training, vocabulary building. Fragen?
Nein, sir.
Nein,
So
sir.
we are touching on morgen, and tomorrow being a weekend,